has ever experienced hurt in their lives? I'm talking about some real deep pain. Y'all, let me tell you how I was encouraged this past week. So God blessed me to remember the story of Hannah as I was going through my hurt this week. And anyone who knows me knows that I love this story. Anyway, the story of Hannah is taken from 1 Samuel, and it starts in chapter 1 and continues. Hannah is one of two wives. The other wife's name is Peninnah. Well, Peninnah has many children. She has boys and girls. Well, Hannah wanted a child so bad, but at the time, God had closed up her womb, the scriptures say. To top things off, the other wife, Peninnah, would provoke her every time the family went to Shiloh to sacrifice to God. Can you imagine that? Every time you go to get closer to God, it's when somebody goes and taunts and teases you about something that you are hurting so deeply about. Every year, this same thing would happen. And so, of course, Hannah, she became depressed. It says that she stopped eating. And even her husband, Elkanah, came up to her and said, "Hey, Hannah," because, Elkanah loved her. He said, "Hey, Hannah, aren't I better to you than 10 sons?" And I thought that was interesting because even, those closest to us don't always fully understand the hurt and pain that we're going through. This one particular year, Hannah again has stopped eating, and she's hurting and she's depressed, and she ends up going to the temple to pray. And so while she's there in the temple praying, literally the way in which the scriptures describe this experience, this prayer, it seems as if she literally just bears her soul to God. She tells God, what she wants, and she also tells God what she's willing to give back, to him. And then after she prays, it says that she leaves and her face is no longer cast down. So y'all, as I thought about Hannah and her situation, her pain, her story, I thought about how her hurt ended up bringing her closer to God. And as I thought about my situation and my hurt this past week, and not just this past week, but my hurts and pains throughout life, I thought about and reflected on the fact that those things, those situations really have brought me closer to God. And I didn't necessarily know how God was going to work things out, and still don't in the situation that I'm in right now. However, I do know that this hurt and this pain has brought me into a deeper relationship, a deeper trusting and closer relationship with God. And so I want to encourage you all to do the same thing. As you go throughout the rest of this week, and honestly, as you go throughout life, allow your hurt and your pain to bring you closer to Him. Y'all, have a good week.